Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lindsay, hi, and I love slow, cozy travel, especially when it comes to national parks. But in today's video, I'm taking you along somewhere different. We are going on a 4-day trip to Walt Disney World, and we only spent 2 days in the parks, but we built in plenty of rest, resort time, cozy moments, because that's always my goal, especially with Disney. It can be kind of overwhelming if you try to do everything, but with a little intention, it can actually feel really calm and comforting. So if you're planning a Disney trip and want it to feel fun instead of exhausting, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it. Day one started early. We got to the airport around 5 in the morning, which is honestly not my favorite thing, but there's something kind of peaceful about being at the airport before the day really begins. We flew into Orlando and we met up with some family there. We went straight to Cracker Barrel. Starting a Disney trip with comfort food just felt right. Afterward, we went back to his parents' house, opened up Christmas presents, and just spent some time together with family. It was really nice to see everyone, especially since we live so far away with us being in New Jersey. It was such a nice way to ease into the trip and made everything feel really warm and familiar before jumping into the Disney chaos. Before checking into our hotel, we stopped at the Disney Character Warehouse at the Vineland Outlets in Orlando. I always recommend checking this place out if you get a chance. It feels like a little treasure hunt. I found a really cute shirt, a really cute hat, both of them official merchandise under $25, so that's insane. It instantly put me in a good mood. We checked into our hotel, which was Pop Century Resort, and we stayed in the 90s section. This resort is such a good option if you're trying to keep your costs down but still want that full Disney experience. It's colorful, it's magical, it's nostalgic, and having the Skyliner there makes everything feel so much easier. By the time we got to our room, we were exhausted, but we were definitely hungry, and I know myself very well. So I know myself well enough to have planned ahead. I booked us a dinner at 4 p.m. at Sebastian's. This is over in Caribbean Beach Resort, and it's one of my favorite cozy Disney restaurants. One of my favorite cozy Disney tips, on your first day, always make an early dinner reservation. You're going to be exhausted, and you got to give yourself permission to slow down a little. We showered, we rested for about a half an hour, and then we headed out to the Skyliner for dinner at Sebastian's Bistro at Caribbean Beach Resort. The Skyliner ride itself felt part of the experience. It's such a wonderful little thing to have. Floating quietly above everything, watching the sun start to set, it really helped us shift out of travel mode and into vacation mode. Dinner was lovely and relaxed. It's all you can eat with plenty of options, including great soy-based dishes for my vegetarian boyfriend. Everything was delicious, but the best part was the pineapple upside down cake that they give you at the end, the dessert. It's one of my favorite desserts I've ever had at Disney World. It completely stole the show. I'm never going to forget it, so that's saying a lot. We took the Skyliner back around 5:30 and we were in bed by 6:30. It's very early for us, obviously, but we were so tired. And leaning into that early night honestly felt like self-care, like we needed it. We watched some old episodes of reality TV, we passed out. Day two started with Mickey-shaped waffles. We went to the hotel cafeteria, which is simple, classic, and very Disney. We headed to Animal Kingdom and arrived about 20 minutes after rope drop. Now, I know some people are really passionate about rope drop, but this is just another cozy tip from me. You don't need to rush to the park first thing in the morning. Let the initial crowd pass and arrive just after. Our first stop was the safari, and it was incredible. We saw giraffes, lions, so many animals just moving around doing their thing. Morning is really a perfect time for this ride, especially because that's when the animals are most active. After we were finished, we rode Expedition Everest, which was my boyfriend's first roller coaster, and he said, I didn't hate it, but I'd never do it again because it hurt. And he was right, I get that, because it's not a pleasant ride, but it is fun. We walked through the jungle trek, we grabbed Pangulupia at Pandora, we wandered around a bit, we did some shopping. It really felt like a nice, unrushed morning. By early afternoon, we headed back to the hotel for a nap. This is probably my biggest cozy Disney rule. A midday unwind is absolutely essential. You are going to be exhausted by the time you're done walking around the parks. You don't need to push through and do it all in one day. After resting, we took a bus to the Magic Kingdom, but before heading in, we hopped on the monorail and rode over to the Polynesian. This resort is one of my favorites to visit, not stay at because it's very expensive, but it feels so fun, so lively, and there are so many little details to take in. We got a Dole Whip and these amazing Thai coconut meatballs. We walked around and we just enjoyed being there. Then we rode the monorail back and met up with family at the Magic Kingdom. We used lightning lanes and rode the Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, the Carousel of Progress, and my personal favorite ride in the Magic Kingdom, the PeopleMover. It's slow, it's quiet, there's no wait, and it feels like a break without ever actually stopping. We had dinner at the Diamond Horseshoe, which is very similar to Liberty Tree Tavern. They actually share a kitchen. And I had all of my favorites, including the Declaration salad, the macaroni and cheese, and the ooey gooey toffee cake. We stayed a little bit longer for the parade and then headed back to the hotel. It was low key, it was relaxed, and it was just such a good night. It was the perfect way to spend a night in Magic Kingdom. Day 3 started with the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios, which never gets old for me. I could ride it over and over and over again. We went to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour costume exhibit, which I loved. I am a Swiftie, and I'm not pretending otherwise. There was a really creepy Abe Lincoln in the background. I don't know why. I don't know why he was there. You could see his reflection while looking at the costumes. But once we finished up with that little monstrosity, we headed to Oga's Cantina in Hollywood Studios. And this was so much fun. We got the Blurg Fire and the Cliff Dweller. Here's another cozy tip for you. You don't always need a full sit-down meal if you want to try somewhere. Sometimes just stopping for a drink gives you the full experience without taking up too much time or energy. The atmosphere was so fun, and after that, we wandered Galaxy's Edge for a little while before taking the Skyliner over to EPCOT to meet up with family. We focused on the non-World Showcase rides and hit all of our favorites, including Spaceship Earth, which is my favorite ride of all time. It's slow, it smells good, it's nostalgic, and somehow it always makes me emotional. We rode Living with the Land and Soarin', we grabbed a piece of cake at Connections Eatery, and we had lunch at Sunshine Seasons, which was really good. Since the morning was busy, we headed back out once again to rest, and we just took a nap, we just hung out at the resort. That evening, we took the Skyliner back to Epcot for dinner at Spice Road Table, which is my favorite restaurant in the park. I love the hummus fries, the chicken, the cauliflower, and they always have such great vegetarian options for my boyfriend. After dinner, we walked around the World Showcase. At night, everything felt quieter, softer. We headed back and were snuggled in by 9 p.m. Again, this is a cozy vacation. We're taking things very slow. Day 4 was our no park day, which I always try to include. We had breakfast at the resort and then met up with family and drove over to Disney Springs. From there, we took the ferry over to Port Orleans French Quarter. This is my favorite resort in the entire park system. But cozy travel tip: take the ferry or the Skyliner or the monorail or wherever you can. It might not be the fastest way to get somewhere, but it's always the most enjoyable. So Port Orleans French Quarter is my favorite resort. Right off the ferry, we saw a horse-drawn carriage, which immediately set the tone. We got beignets, one of my favorite treats in all of Disney, dipped in chocolate sauce, and it was just delicious. I just soaked up the atmosphere, looked around. It's such a beautiful resort, and we made sure to stop in the gift shop before heading back. We spent some time shopping at Disney Springs. My favorite shop in Disney Springs is Bo's Candles. I love it there so much. It helps me take home a piece of Disney after I come back. I got a Dole Whip candle and I got a candle that smells like a resort, which just felt like the perfect little piece of the trip to take home with me. And after that, we headed back to the airport, lucked out with exit row seats, and made our way home. Overall, this trip felt exactly how I wanted Disney to feel. It was thoughtful, it was balanced, it was intentional. We got to enjoy the magic without rushing around. We didn't try to see everything, and we didn't rush from place to place. We just focused on what was really important, which was enjoying ourselves and seeing family. And that made such a difference. If you enjoyed this video and you are into cozy travel, trip planning, national parks, slower trips, small towns, antiquing, then I'd love for you to follow me here, Places to Be with Lindsay. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram, and check out my cozy travel planners at my Etsy shop, which is linked in the description above or below. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much. And please let me know in the comments how you keep your trips cozy, because I would love to hear it. And I'm always open to hearing how people do it themselves. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.